Until 2022, Russia boasted one of the largest and most powerful naval forces in the world. Despite many of its ships dating back to the Soviet era, the Russian Navy's size and reach remained formidable, striking fear globally. But everything changed when Russia made the fatal mistake of attacking Ukraine. As the war drags on, Russia's naval modernization plans have stalled. Its operational capabilities have been compromised, and ships are being lost at an alarming rate. Ironically, this is happening at the hands of a country without a proper fleet. So, how exactly is Russia running out of ships? Let's find out. Only 2 short years ago, no one had faith that Ukraine could stand its ground against Russia's military might. Yet, here we are in 2024, as Ukraine's fierce resistance has proven all the skeptics wrong.
A journalist in Ukraine was forced to become a war reporter against our will because Russia invaded Ukraine.
Despite punching well above its weight, Ukraine has managed to not only defend its sovereignty, but also push back against Russian forces, demonstrating remarkable courage in the face of overwhelming odds.
Launched a full-scale invasion on February 24, 2022.
Russian naval forces were among the most formidable challenges Ukraine faced, but through innovative strategies, resourcefulness, and some international assistance, Ukraine has effectively contested Russian naval dominance in the Black Sea and Sea of Azov. However, contested Russia's naval dominance might even be considered an understatement given how things are currently unfolding in the Black Sea. These newspaper headlines paint quite a vivid picture. Ukraine has broken Russia's naval supremacy in the Black Sea. Ukraine is winning the war's Black Sea front. Ukraine has no navy, but it's hammering Russia in the Black Sea. It doesn't look too good for Russia, right?
Эти условия очень простые. Украинские войска должны быть полностью выведены из Донецкой, Луганской
Even though
народных
these headlines are
республик.
enough to underscore Ukraine's remarkable naval achievements in the Russo-Ukrainian War, a closer look at the events that inspired them will help you understand just how much trouble Russia is in. Let's go through a quick rundown of all the Russian vessels Ukrainian forces have managed to destroy or severely damage since the beginning of the invasion. March 22nd, 2022. A Russian Raptor-class vessel gets hit by a Ukrainian anti-tank guided missile, causing this high-speed coastal patrol boat to get swiftly towed away. March 24th, 2022. An Alligator-class landing ship called Saratov, docked in Berdyansk, Ukraine, catches fire. The Ukrainian Navy quickly claimed responsibility for the attack, reporting that it was carried out using short-range OTR-21 Totka tactical ballistic missiles. Russia reported the ship was towed from the area, but mentioned no details regarding the cause of the fire. Interestingly, the Russian Navy only had 3 of these Cold War-era ships in active service, so Ukraine's successful targeting of one of them represents a significant blow to Russia's naval capabilities in the region. In the following days, 2 other Russian ships, the Cesar Kunikov and the Novocherkassk, docked nearby, also fled the area under similar circumstances, fire and smoke engulfing their decks. April 13th, 2022, the day of one of Ukraine's biggest wins in the naval theater. The day the Slava-class guided missile cruiser named Moskva was taken out by the Ukrainian Navy. This ship was the flagship of the Black Sea Fleet, Russia's premier naval asset in the region. Moskva led the naval assault during Russia's invasion of Ukraine, playing a crucial role in the amphibious assault on Snake Island. Moskva was also considered one of the most powerful and iconic warships in the area, ultimately becoming the largest Soviet warship to be sunk since World War II. And in case you haven't put two and two together, Moskva was named after Russia's capital city, Moscow, which added a symbolic layer to its destruction. The honor of carrying out this destruction belonged to two Neptune anti-ship missiles launched from the Crimean coast. At first, there was a massive explosion that engulfed Moskva in flames.
Moscow also claims its sea-based cruise missiles have hit a factory outside Kyiv which produces anti-ship missiles.
However, the ship ultimately sank a day later while being towed away, as confirmed by Russian officials. The Moskva took at least 18 sailors down with it, with some reports claiming that the death toll was significantly higher. The first days of May 2022 brought no relief to the Russian Navy. 4 more Raptor-class patrol boats were eliminated thanks to the Ukrainian Bayraktar TB2 drones. Russia only had about 16. Of these boats, meaning Ukraine managed to take out over 30% of them in a little over a month. Though, to be fair, 3 of these boats were outright destroyed in the second attack, while the 4th was towed to Sevastopol for repairs. In the same attack, a BK-16 high-speed assault boat sank near Snake Island, one of 12 in Russia's naval arsenal. May 7, 2022, the Bayraktar TB2 drones continue to wreak havoc in the Black Sea. This time, their target was a Cerna-class landing craft stationed on Snake Island. June 17, 2022, the Boyan M-class corvette named Veliky Ustyug, which previously participated in Russia's invasion of Ukraine, is now seen being towed away across the Volga River in a less than desirable state. This corvette was a part of the effort to modernize the Russian Navy, representing a massive upgrade of the original Boyan class, built from 2004 onward. The vessel damaged by Ukraine was one of 20 in the Russian Navy's arsenal. On the same day, June 17th, Ukraine reported that it had sunk a Russian rescue tag built to tow ships in distress, supply water and electricity to other ships, evacuate injured personnel, and fight fires at sea. The ship, named Vasily Beck, was taken out by 2 Harpoon missiles Ukraine received from Denmark. October 29th, 2022. Ukraine is back to raining fire with unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, aka drones. This time, the drones struck Natya-class minesweeper Ivan Golubets in Sevastopol, damaging the Soviet-era vessel used for ocean minesweeping. But this is far from the Ukrainian Navy's biggest hit on October 29th. During the Ukrainian attack on Sevastopol, the Admiral Grigorovich-class frigate named Admiral Makarov was struck with at least 1 drone, reportedly disabling its radar. This hit is notable because we're talking about the new flagship of the Black Sea Fleet post, Moskva's sinking. Plus, let's not forget that this vessel also took part in the invasion, launching cruise missiles at a Ukrainian oil refinery and fuel deposits in Odessa and terrorizing the local population. Though the Russian Navy claimed Admiral Makarov suffered only slight damage, the vessel was put out of commission until August 2023. That's 10 months of one of Russia's most advanced frigates being out of action, a massive win for Ukraine. August 4th, 2023, the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, and the Ukrainian Navy worked together to damage a Rapucha-class landing ship near the port of Novorossiysk, some 260 miles east of Sevastopol. The vessel named Olenigorsky Gornyak was one of the 15 Rapucha-class landing ships, the most important class available to the Russian Navy's service. It was on loan from the Northern Fleet at the time of the attack. Though Olenigorsky Gornyak wasn't sunk, it was severely damaged. However, even this was enough to cause a shift in the naval theater, as the Ukrainian Navy reported that Russian ships were leaving the port and dispersing in the Black Sea. September 13, 2023. Ukraine conducts a nighttime raid on Sevastopol. Ukrainian Sukhoi Su-24 supersonic all-weather tactical bombers took part in this raid, targeting an improved Kilo-class attack submarine Rostov-na-Donu and another Rapucha-class landing ship named Minsk. The vessels were hit by Storm Shadow missiles, visibly destroying Minsk and damaging Rostov-na-Donu beyond repair, though the Russian government doesn't seem to agree with the beyond repair part, vowing to return both ships to full operational status. This certainly won't be easy, however, as the Ukrainian attack on Sevastopol also badly damaged the dry dock repair facilities in the city, further complicating Russia's efforts to repair its damaged naval assets. On the same day, in the same attack, a Tunets-class patrol boat was sunk. September 24, 2023. Ukraine switches back to naval drones, damaging the Project 22160 patrol ship of the Russian Navy called Sergei Kotov. But this attack only managed to damage the ship. The Ukrainian Navy got the job done on March 5, 2024, when the Magura 55 maritime drones sank Sergei Kotov off the coast of Crimea. This was the third notable ship Ukraine managed to sink in 2024, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Not when the Ukrainian Navy managed to damage 2 more Russian vessels in 2023. The first was on November 4, 2023. The Ukrainian forces used cruise missiles to strike the Zaliv shipbuilding yard in Kerch, Crimea. This attack damaged a brand-new Karakurt-class corvette Askold, armed with caliber cruise missiles. The corvette, still in sea trials, was deemed a total loss following the November strike. December 26, 2023. Ukraine's Air Force launches Storm Shadow or Scalp cruise missiles that strike Novocherkassk, a Rapucha-class landing ship docked in Feodosia, Crimea. This name might sound familiar as this is the same landing ship that was targeted in the March 2022 attacks. Then, it fled the scene with minimal damage. Now, if Ukrainian reports are to be believed, Novocherkassk was no more. The Ukrainian attack seemingly detonated the munitions aboard the ship, resulting in a spectacular explosion. March 1, 2024. The Ukrainian Navy is back at it again with the maritime drones. 2 of these devices attacked the Black Sea Fleet's LST called Nikolai Filchenkov while it was transiting the Bosphorus Strait. The attack was successful, ultimately sinking Nikolai Filchenkov. This marked Ukraine's second major naval win in 2024, but also the first time it targeted a ship outside of the Black Sea. While Russia has suffered major losses, it still has naval power. For instance, the Moskva's destruction in April 2022 only boosted Russia's focus on submarine warfare. Russian submarines have continued launching missile attacks on Ukrainian civilian infrastructure and military installations. However, it's unlikely that these submarines alone will help Russia reverse its maritime losses, especially since the dry dock facilities in Sevastopol are currently in no condition to repair them should Ukraine damage a few. Not to mention, Ukraine has already taken out 1 Russian submarine, an improved Kilo-class vessel, Rostov-na-Donu. On the flip side, Ukraine lacks the resources for large-scale maritime operations, making the continued international assistance crucial to Ukraine's survival and resilience. While Ukrainian forces have been incredibly resourceful and innovative in their naval campaign, their true strength lies in the support they receive from countries like the US, the UK, Denmark, and Turkey. The continued supply of advanced weapons systems and intelligence sharing remains key to Ukraine's ability to keep up the pressure on Russia. And this brings us to the final and probably most important question: what's next? Can Russia recover its naval strength, or will Ukraine continue to chip away at it? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. Ukraine's naval victories have dramatically reshaped the power dynamics in the Black Sea, proving that even a nation without a proper navy can challenge and defeat one of the world's largest naval forces with determination, innovation, and a little help from its friends.